So guys, this is my review of episode 5 of Spy Family, and today's episode title is called Will They Pass or Fail? And yeah guys, it seemed like they had failed, like very at the real basically at the beginning of the episode. We saw them, it's sort of like these superstitions start popping up. We had Yor's bracelet breaking, we had a black cat walking by, and of course we also had precious Anya stepping into some poop, and of course she felt like she felt blamed for this, because when they look up at the board, they notice that they don't see Anya's name on this board, on this list, and they're walking in having a walk of shame on the school property. But that's when Henry Henderson pulls them to the side, and he actually shows them this specific special list of kids that actually passed. And who's at the top of the list? As you see, it's Anya. And basically Henry told them, like, she made this list because of specific reasons, but one of the main ones was when Henry was asking them, like, what is one of the main causes of death for the human race. It was like the mosquito. And I remember in episode 4 last week when when Loid had punched the table with the mosquito on it, he basically saved Master Swan's life, and that initially was what unctioned them to put Anya's name on this list. But there was a small condition, is that there has to be a reason for somebody else to pull their kids out, to basically resign their kid from applying to the school, basically specifically that list. But with that, we see Yor here. She started to have this mindset of, well, maybe I could possibly go out here and actually take one of these parents' lives out, take them out and get their kids off the list, and basically get rid of them. But she shook it off. She was like, I can't do that. But ultimately she did indeed, she ultimately just said, no, I'm not going to do it. So they basically were just like, all right, we're just going to go home and just wait it out. That's right. They had to wait it out. We see precious Anya here trying to cast some type of spell that she's literally saying, like, Anya get in, or Anya pass. She kept saying it with her doll here, and with Yor and Loid watching on, but they're talking, and they're just like, whatever happens. But then they get the phone call, and of course with Loid rushing, he's the one that runs full speed to the phone. It actually looked like Yor was trying to do it too, and he picks it up, he answers it, and with bating breath, we see the celebration that indeed Anya passes. Now, after all of this occurs, then we get some special things happening. Frank, he popped up out of the blue to celebrate with them. He had brought a bottle of wine with him, and we see that Yor was taking a sip here. But what ended up happening is that Anya wanted to celebrate. Loid asked her what does she want. She turns on the Spy TV show, and she says she wants to be a princess. Yeah, she wants to be just like how she watches on the Spy TV show. And seeing the guy, main character, saving the princess of the show, she wants to experience that too. So she actually talks. I should say Frank talks Loid into doing this for her. He turned her down in the beginning and caused precious Anya to cry. But Frank was able to say, look, if you don't do this, you're breaking this little girl's heart. Come on, do this for your daughter. And he actually agrees. They end up going out and getting on this plane. You see Yor here. She's a little bit tipsy some more. She's drunk. She brought the bottle of wine with her. But they're actually traveling to this specific castle way out somewhere. They go by plane. They get here, and what ends up happening, guys, very interesting stuff that we see. And again, this episode was really fun, but we see what happens is that Loid, per what Anya wants, she talks about how it's upsetting that there's nobody here, it's just them in this castle. She wants people to be there. She wants to fully experience what it would be like to be a princess in distress, being saved by somebody specific, and that of course would be Loid. So he makes the call out to his folks, and they set up this thing where they send out these people that work with the company that Loid is a part of. They come out here, these these other like spy cats. They come out here, and they're out here to basically play along, but they don't know. That's the thing. They don't realize that this is all just a game, but they're actually taking it kind of seriously. Frank says, like, we want you to actually take this seriously and come after Loid, and of course, once we get things started and rolling, we get to see some cool stuff by both from Loid and from these other spies that they are basically going to be coming after Loid and attacking him. But again, it's still, even though they don't know that it's nothing too serious, they still take it to heart. They use these they're coming after Loid. Loid had to be asked a couple of questions from Anya. Just playing this whole role. She ends up giving him this mask here and some gloves. We see these balls behind him. He's jumping on top of these balls and trying not to get hit by the people that are attacking him. And we also get a chance to see basically sort of like Nerf guns, for those of you who are familiar with Nerf guns, but these are like ball guns where they're shooting these balls at Loid. He ends up getting one of the balls and hitting one of the guys and grabbing their gun and shooting it back at them. It was just, all in all, it was just a great fun, like the rest of the second half of this episode was just really, really fun, guys, just watching this occur, because again, at the end of the day, it was just all about Anya, right? And just having her experience this as her own version of the princess, right? And like I said, we see all of this occurring just to have Loid save her. But at the same time, what Frank does do, he actually has Yor be an opponent for Loid. Loid does notice that she's still drunk and everything, but she actually is taking it really, really seriously. And as we see here, she's attacking Loid with some furious kicks, right? Furious blows. She even cuts the side of his face. Loid is just like, oh my gosh, she really grazed me and stuff like that. And she tries to kick him really, really hard, but she ends up falling on her butt or her back or whatever, and she ends up conking out. She ends up falling asleep while she's lying there. But in the end, Loid, when he walks with the Frank's like, I got you, blah, blah, blah. Because he's, again, Frank's supposed to be like the evil doer of this whole game thing for Anya. He knocks Anya out. They have a precious moment at the end. There's fireworks and stuff like that, and again, this is just a celebration for Anya. It was just a really cool, really just fun and great and funny episode. Again, it had me worried at the beginning because it felt like, Anya didn't pass, but that wasn't the case at all. But she did indeed pass, and now next week's episode is actually her getting into the admissions of the school. Something about that, they gave us the title. I missed it, the rest of it. I tried not to look at the whole thing. But all in all, I really enjoyed today's episode 5, guys. Anya passed. They just had such a great time with Anya and everything, and just allowing her to experience something fun for herself. And it was just really, really cool. But with that, guys, leave some comments in the comment section below. What did you all think of episode 5 for today? Let's talk about some things. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will hopefully talk to you next time with more Spy Family videos. Peace, guys.